Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is from the movie called Escape from Pretoria. This is, guess what? A 2020 film, which there aren't that many. And it is rated PG 13. It runs an hour and 46 minutes. And it stars Daniel Radcliffe. And it stars Ian Hart and Daniel Webber. The description is based on the real life prison break of two political captives. Escape from Pretoria is a race against time thriller set in the tumultuous apartheid days of South Africa. This is Escape from Pretoria. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for watching this video. Once again, this is a 2020 film. It's really exciting to get some of these that were actually made this year, since obviously theaters aren't open for the time being and when foreseeable future. So nice to get a movie with somebody that we know, Daniel Radcliffe, and just watched another one of his movies a while back. So he is very active still nowadays, if you like him from his earlier work, obviously. And so this is, something that he obviously wanted to do, something that he signed up for, to be the main character and, be a spokesman for this movie in a time that we don't have many movies. And it's for a concept that might be a little different and maybe not so agreeable to everybody. But kind of the backstory, if you're not so, on par with history and everything. Daniel and his friend play two people that are white that live in South Africa in a time where whites were seen as the only thing that mattered. That blacks were pretty much just rats in the city that needed to be exterminated. And it was a troublesome time in their history. And then people like Nelson Mandela were kind of spokesmen and kind of eventual leaders. So, just kind of brush up on your history a little bit. Otherwise, this movie might not make all that much sense about like why things are happening, even though it does explain things as it goes. But, you might not get the seriousness of this movie if you don't really understand the history of what's going on. I mean, we all should know who Nelson Mandela is, but not everybody does. So, but yeah, so when this movie happens, the way it happens, I was just kind of sitting back like, who all is going to understand exactly why they're in the situation that they are? So the situation that they get put in is that they get put in white man prison. That's the name of the Pretoria, is the white man prison. So things are a little bit more lackadaisical, I mean, at that time, yeah, they had to put white men in jail for things like sticking up for blacks, but, did they really, want them in prison? Did they really want to be, all that concerned about it? Not really. So they have a workshop for wood making. They let them use the library. They let them go outside. They let them do all this stuff, kind of a lot more freestyle than you would see any other prison movie. So Arnold Schwarzenegger made a movie like this, basically more interesting probably, but with the whole escaping from prison concept, he was a character in one of those movies. So we've had this concept before, but why Escape from Pretoria is so interesting is because it brings something new to the table. So because this prison is so lax, because it's so non-focused, they're able to do things to kind of, work their way around the system, that very much gets on a very strict schedule, so they can kind of work their way around the times that are downtime. And it just really kind of is exciting for what an idea it is. Like, somebody thought of this, somebody did this in history. This is really the way it went down. And this is really how it happens. I mean, that's really what the movie's about, is how are they going to escape from Pretoria, because that's the name of the title. And so the build up, the storyline, the characters involved, everything is really exciting, really unique, brings something to the table different that we've seen from other prison escape movies. And Daniel Radcliffe brings it. He's very founded in his character. He's very, leadership worthy. And everybody else that kind of plays a role, they know what's going on in the country. They know what they need to say to either, be part of the plan or help out with something because of how things are in the country in general. So the thing that rolls at the end of this movie on the screen, kind of telling us what happens after all this, that's amazing. Didn't know that so much, but it kind of leads up to making sense. So I just think this is a nice journey. I think thriller is the right word because it's very, very tense, and it takes stages of tenseness, kind of builds up to the eventually what you know is going to happen. You just don't know how it's going to happen. So I'm going to give Escape from Pretoria an A. I think this is a movie worth seeking out. I think eventually, once people start figuring out that this movie is available somewhere, somehow, that they'll start seeking it out also. I think Daniel Radcliffe turns in an amazing performance. I think everybody else playing a character along with the cause is amazing. I think the situation that they're put in is, genius. And I just like the story and the cause and the reason for making this movie. So, an A for Escape from Pretoria. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy movies. Thanks.